Hova Beats, baby.
What's going on, guys? It's your girl, Miss Melanie. You're watching BARTV, Brilliant and Resilient Television. And of course, I have a brilliant and resilient guest today by the name of Ziina. How you doing, Ziina?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming.
I wouldn't miss it.
I appreciate you. I met Ziina on the set of Cooking with Love. I am a casting director there. So Ziina came on for her episode, and her energy was just so great on set. And
Thank you.
I had my daughter there. Kiki was recruiting for the mini bar, and she was like, "Mommy, bring her. She's so beautiful." And her music is beautiful, so of course she's here.
Yes, I'm so excited. You know, you met me in a very natural environment because I really do love food.
Nice. I love it too.
So this is how I am all the time. You'll definitely get to see that as well. Shout out to Chef Simpson.
Yes.
But the music that has captivated you and also your princess. And thank you again for taking the time to listen.
Yes, you were like, she'll love beautiful. I listened and she was like, "Oh yes, Mommy, let's make a video." I love it.
Because, you know, it's one of the things that I find is the one thing that is one of the challenging things is to actually get someone's time.
Right.
It's priceless, and people value their time, and they're always busy. So to just get an opportunity for you guys to listen to Beautiful, for example, which is one of the songs from my album.
Yes, and it's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. It's crazy because, like, my background is gospel.
Oh,
and,
no wonder.
Right.
You got that soul in you.
Yes, it's been there since 4.
All right.
And in high school, my course teacher is a trained classical singer. So I loved opera, and I said, how do I combine the two? And that's how I came up with my sound. Yeah.
Wow. That's brilliant.
You know, we try to have a happy medium. It's kind of hard to do some things, I guess, merge and find your own lane. But for me, that's what really works.
Well,
and
you're working it.
I'm going to keep working it.
Keep working it. So let's go back to, when did you start singing?
I would say it was around 4 years old, and I'm from Staten Island, Park Hill, Killer Hill.
Shout out to Staten Island because, you know, not too many of us live out there,
but
I do.
Shout out from Staten Island, you hear crickets. I'm like, There's a few of us in the building. So back in the day, in my childhood, we used to watch Soul Train on Saturdays at 12 o'clock, and I used to sing the theme song every morning. That's how they knew. So I would go, Soul Train, every Saturday.
She hit that.
So it was like, she's up. Let's go watch Soul Train, and I grew up on that. So, been singing since I can pretty much talk.
And so you started in the church?
Yes, raised in church, singing gospel. Everybody in my family sings. My sister, my mom. Okay. So, you know, music was always in the household.
In the house. Right.
So getting into school is when I experienced R&B and hearing classical music, and I was like, wow, there's like a whole world of music that I had no idea about because my childhood was very sheltered, you know.
Okay.
So I said, there gotta be more to this music thing because I wake up thinking about music. I go to sleep thinking about music. I used to get yelled at because I would be humming in class all the time. Or if somebody's singing a song, I would purposely sing the song wrong and they knew I could sing. Like, I was just a silly girl, you know.
You're going to hear her. She's going to make this difference.
So, you know, like, I was like, I like this. And now that, you know, life has happened, I'm an adult now, you know, you experience things and certain experiences trigger music. So my album is called Heartbleed.
Okay.
And Heartbleed is about all the emotions of the heart.
Is this your first album?
This is my first album.
Okay, we're gonna get into Heartbleed, but first I want to know, when did you or how did you transition from the church to making it your career now?
Good question. So,
Thank you.
so this is exactly what happened to me. 18 years old, I graduated high school, and I became homeless.
Okay.
And
Oof.
it's
Love
real.
it.
Like
Love it.
it's real.
Yes.
And during that time, because I didn't have, my parents restricted me as far as what type of music I was allowed to listen to, is when I really started to experiment and, explore music.
Okay.
So that's how I was like, oh my gosh, like, I really, really want to really do this. So then, as time went on, I was scouted at an event for modeling, and through modeling, I was humming one day on set, and somebody said, I hear a voice, I hear something.
Where's that coming from?
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I started to do vocal training. I was in different R&B groups. I was in a gospel group. So, like, I wasn't above doing anything. I tried everything, and now I know that my purpose is to be a solo artist.
Okay.
And that's how I kind of, like, got into the lane of really pushing it independently, is just trying everything, seeing if it worked. If it didn't work, learn from it, and keep going.
Nice. Oh, my goodness. All right. So I want to tap into so much more. I'm going to keep it light. I'm not going to go too hard because we have an amazing performance from her coming up. But I do want to say, so now you created that path for yourself. You created your lane. And you transitioned into, this is what I want to do for a living.
Yes.
This is who I am music. You became music.
Yes.
And how was the journey leading up to now your first album?
That's a loaded question, but I'll give it to you as the only way I can, which is real.
And it's going to tie into your organization, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because she does have a nonprofit organization called Ziina
Foundation,
right?
yes.
Ziina Foundation. So let's get into that and what inspired you to create it, I'm sure was your journey.
So the foundation, right? The foundation I created because I see a lot of artists who are talented, but they don't have the business aspects down pat. And then I also see young adults and kids, and they look up to these artists and they see the final product, but they have no idea what it takes to get to that level, but yet they want to have that life. Right. So the Ziina Foundation, we provide financial literacy and business training and development to anyone who wants to be in the performing arts. So we go from the youngest to fourth graders all the way to community college students. And we do events. I am also a Department of Education vendor. So I work with students in schools, and we give them a 4-week program of covering literally your how to open up your business, body language, stage presence, breathing exercises, securing your brand, owning your masters, really giving them the ropes, but the ABCs of it, so that way they can absorb it and flourish. And then, I don't leave them astray. They still have access to me for questions as they embark on securing their brand and their bag, because we shouldn't leave any bags on the table.
No, definitely.
Right.
And what made you want to start this foundation?
Because I saw a lot of artists in this business not getting what they deserve.
Right.
And they're not getting what they deserve because they don't have the knowledge to know how.
And they're not packaged properly, so you figure, let me help them get their packaging together. And that's brilliant, because you're not only out here for your own, obviously, advancement in your career, you're out here pouring your life into others, future artists too, and future entertainers or whatever of the arts.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, so where'd you come up with the title for your album?
Heartbleed. Yes. So we all have hearts, right? And when we're conceived, our heart is beautiful, it bleeds wonderful, it's red, it's vibrant, but as life happens, you start to experience emotions. So your heart bleeds.
Right.
As you're alive. So this is how it came about. What happened to me that really triggered me is I had a very tragic loss. I lost my fiance Thanksgiving Day 2006.
Sorry.
And, I kind of fell off the face of music, and I had to fall in love with music all over again. And then 2012, physically, I had a complete ACL meniscus tear. So that put me really in
What is that?
So that's when the ligaments in your knee are torn.
Okay.
A lot of sports athletes get the injury. It takes like 9 months to a year. It took me a little bit longer to heal from it.
Oh, wow.
But during that process is when I started to get lyrics, and I started to get melody, and I started to write my album, and I didn't have any idea I was writing an album. And still mourning someone that you love,
Right.
we talk to who we love even though they're past. So Heartbleed is my song talking to him.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, as you think
So
about
beautiful.
it, you think about the good times, the bad times, the turn-up times, the, you know, curious times, the in my heart times, the can't you stay times. And I just started to write songs that were slogans or things that we say every day, like let me know, no pun intended, or let me go, no pun intended.
Right.
And I flipped the whole concept of what people may initially perceive when they first hear it.
Right.
Like making love. So you hear making love, you think about the act. But the song and the video is all about what women envision themselves looking like when they're going to make love, and for the men, it satisfies their fantasy of what they want their woman to look like when they're going to make love. So it's all a dream. So I really tapped into how to give a different perspective because I want people to connect to emotion, to strike conversation, so that they can heal, because I needed to heal. So that way, you know, there can be more unity and more empathy for people instead of just what you see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's deep. So you
Yeah.
know that her music is about to touch your whole spirit. Yes. So tell us about the songs that you're going to be performing today.
So today we will be doing Making Love, and shout out to Lenny Green from the Quiet Summer WBLS. He debuted my single last year from BB King's, and this year we dropped the album. So I'll be performing Making Love, and we don't make love once, we make love twice. So we'll be doing Making Love Part 2.
Oh,
And
get
of course,
into it.
we'll be doing Beautiful.
Oh, because Beautiful is my favorite. She
Yes.
has to do Beautiful.
Yes. So we'll be doing those three
Okay.
today.
Well, let's get to it, guys. Before we get to your performance, let them know where to find you, where to find your foundation.
Sure. So all of my social media is IAMZIINA, and my foundation is THEATOZIINA Foundation, all one word. And we look forward to having new followers and welcoming, you know, everyone to the Ziina movement and also to the foundation and what we do in the tri-state area.
Yes, because she has her curriculum in the Department of Education
Yes.
in multiple schools around the city.
And growing.
It's growing. You just had an event with Hip Hop Gamer, right?
Yes, we did a back to school jam in East New York. Shout out to Fresher, Lil Mama, Hot 97, and they allowed me to come and bless the community and perform for them as well. So it was really, really cool. Yeah.
Stay in touch with her, listen to her music, support her. She's a beautiful spirit.
Thank you.
Inside and out. I love your energy. She is love.
I appreciate you, and
Yes.
thank you for seeing the love and welcoming the love.
Always.
That's all I ever want.
You're successful then.
Thank you.
You're doing it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, check her out.
Here and now, do you feel your power bring me down almost by the hour? How can you feel like I don't matter with those words? All my dreams are shattered. This is just what you do. Think about what you say. Don't have to leave a bruise. Still the pain never goes away. This is just what you do. Think about what you say. You and I feel so right. You and I, baby, oh. You and I feel so right. You and I, baby. Look at the time, we'll be here in an hour. Gotta get it right and let me hop in the shower. I know he knows I'm a slave to his
Part 2.
Come with me, I'ma teach you what you need. I got the recipe, show you how to make love. I'ma teach you how to make love. Little romance, champagne glass, baby say yes. I got the recipe, this is how you make love. I'ma show you how to make love.
You ready? Baby, we gon' start slow. We gon' be easy till I say go. Come a little closer to the front row. I hope you're ready for the show. Count to 3, I'ma be putting it down. You gon' be grocery shopping downtown. Peaches and berries, hope you like cherries. It's about to get crazy. Come with me, I'll teach you what you need. Oh, show you how to make love.
I'ma teach you how to
Make love, yeah.
This is how you make love. I'ma show you how to make love.
I want everyone to know that you are beautiful. If no one told you, I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? So, clap your hands for me. Here in the light, you shine for me. Here in the light, I can see. Perfect, you are a masterpiece. Perfect, you are beauty to me. You are beautiful, beautiful. You are beautiful, beautiful. Hey.